editing this video when I noticed that I lost the footage for the intro. I'm not sure how that happens, but now I'm filming it again! Hi everyone, it's Clarice and today is Wednesday, but I'm not going to be doing Top 5 Wednesday. Today's topic actually has something to do with series and what series you wish had more books. But honestly, I couldn't think of anything. As much as I like series, I just love standalone so much more. So instead of doing a Top 5 Wednesday video, today I'm going to recommend some of the standalones I've read recently that I really enjoyed. So now I'm done filming the lost footage, so I'm gonna change clothes in a second. Don't be too surprised. I'll try to not mention those books that I mentioned way too much in my channel, and I'll also try to vary the genres that I'm mentioning. So without further ado, here are 5 standalone novels that I really enjoyed. The First 15 Lives of Harry August is a book about a man named Harry August. But unlike most people, when Harry August dies, he's simply reincarnated back as a baby, back at the same time and place where he was born before, and is stuck on this loop of living and reliving his life over and over again. This is a book that interested me immediately with its premise, and it's just as fascinating and interesting as it sounds. It's a book that goes through Harry August and his multiple lives and all the different things he did. And as he's recalling these lives, he's kind of just going back and forth between them. He's not going through them chronologically. And about all the things he's learning and the things he's going through and this whole greater issue beyond all this that he's trying to deal with. It's overall just a really fascinating book. A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini follows the lives of these two women at a time of war and oppression in Afghanistan. Back when I was in high school, it was required reading for social studies. I remember going into this with the lowest expectations. I wasn't excited to read it at all. It amazed me how much I loved this book by the end of it. It's a historical fiction novel if you didn't figure that out already. It's an extremely emotional one that I read for the first time maybe 6-7 years ago and loved then, and I reread this year and I still love it now. It's such an emotional book. It's really intense and kind of graphic at times though, but it was really good. And if you haven't read this or any of Khaled Hosseini's other work, I really suggest that you do. The Sculptor by Scott McCloud follows the life of this sculptor, obviously, who at the beginning of this book is not doing very well with his life or with his career or anything. But in the beginning of this novel, he gets an opportunity to turn it around. But in order to do so, has to make a deal with death. This is probably my favorite graphic novel that I've read so far. I mean, I like the art, it's nice and it's all blue. And I like the plot enough, though I don't think the plot itself kind of blew my mind. But this book just got me so emotional and kind of made me tear up by the end of it. By the time I finished it, I was like, this is one of my favorite books. I love this book. So if you like graphic novels and emotionally intense stories, I highly recommend this. Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King is about a boy that gets bullied. And I haven't read this in a while, so I don't really remember what else it's about. But I do remember that it's one of those books that really puts you in the head of the main character, which I always like in books. And I also remember liking the use of magical realism in this book, and also the way that it went back and forth between the present time and the past and these dreams or visions that Lucky, the main character, was having. And even though I don't read a lot of contemporary fiction, this is a book that I really enjoyed. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn is a story about a reporter that has to go back to her hometown to investigate and report on the murder of these two girls. It's a really messed up book about this really messed up main character and her messed up family in this messed up town. It's the first psychological thriller I ever read. It gets kind of gruesome at times, and even though this is something that was definitely way out of my comfort zone, especially at the time, I enjoyed this book a lot. Though enjoy is probably not the right word for it. So those are some standalone novels that I enjoyed reading and I hope you pick up and you enjoy reading as well. What are some of your favorite standalones? What are they about? I would love to check them out and possibly read them myself. Ooh. Anyway, please like this video if you liked it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!